Rumors claim that the iPhone 6 will have some sort of one-handed usability. Motorola unwraps its Moto X and Moto G for the love of the masses, and Motorola also takes its time to officially launch the Moto 360. I'm Jaime Rivera, and don't forget that the first link in the description leads to our full IFA 2014 coverage. This is Pocketnow Daily. Yes, IFA time is official news time. Let's begin with the Moto 360. Motorola just had its event in Chicago. Our own Adam Down was there. And the Moto 360 is out, but not necessarily. Right now, only the leather strap option is available for $250, which is a great price tag. And if you're interested in the stainless steel variant, you're going to have to wait until later this fall and either pay $80 if you buy the leather one or buy the stainless steel variant later this fall for $299. And as it turns out, it is almost everything we expected. Metallic design, we have wireless charging, it has a heart rate sensor, among other things, and the only problem is that Motorola teased the better battery life, and it turns out that you're only getting 24 hours of battery life, which is terrible for Android Wear, but so far this is pretty much the best option for Android Wear, so let us know what you think and if you're getting one. Now, the only rumors we have for today are Apple, because obviously their event is until September 9, and speaking of September 9, the rumors are that apparently the iPad Air 2, or the next generation iPad and the next generation iPad mini with Retina display will be announced on September 9th as well. Now, this is the first time that this would happen. Apple has historically launched its iPads in either February, March, or the fall in October, and the reports claim that apparently everything will be announced on September 9th. So there probably will be a lot to cover on that date. Stay tuned. We will keep you covered. And speaking of Apple rumors, one of the biggest questions that a lot of people are asking is how is Apple going to retain its famous one-handed usability with a 4.7-inch iPhone and with a 5.5-inch iPhone? And reports claim that Apple will give you this optional one-handed mode for you to be able to use your phone with one hand. And this is really interesting, as Apple is not doing this for the first time. Samsung has already done it. It hasn't been really popular on the Galaxy Note lineup. A lot of people have just, given up with the fact that if they want to buy a phablet, this is the compromise. But it seems that Apple wants to continue to push this bar, so stay tuned, as we're really curious as to how Apple plans to innovate in that department. Now let's talk about the Moto G, and yes, this is just the Moto G, no name change. We have a very interesting smartphone here, particularly because, first of all, the price tag is retained, and we have a 720p display, which is also retained, but now we have front-firing speakers, we have options for 18 and 16 gigs of storage, we have an 8-megapixel camera, which is hopefully better than anything Motorola has ever done. We're yet to test that, but so far, I mean, this is a very awesome way to start for anybody. The Moto G is probably one of the most affordable, good smartphones in the market. It doesn't have mid-tiered specifications if you judge it by whatever else you find in the market for Android right now. So stay tuned, as it should be launching very soon. And finally, for the very hot news of the day, we have a new Moto X, and this is pretty much almost the same Moto X if you look at it, but then again, it's not. There are a lot of enhancements here. First of all, Moto Maker continues. We have front-firing speakers. We have a Snapdragon 801 processor that still allows for touchless controls, and these touchless controls will actually bring you controls for WhatsApp and Facebook, which is new, in addition to other changes, like, for example, options for 16 and 32 gigs that are not expandable, sadly. And then again, we do have a 13-megapixel camera in the back, hopefully better. We have yet to test it. Our review unit is already in, though this doesn't bring that optical zoom that was rumored. This is pretty much just the same thing, and we do have leather options in Moto Maker as well. Apparently, the phone will be priced for $100 plus a 2-year contract in whatever carrier, or $500 up front, but that leads me to the question of the day. Is this the Motorola phone that you want, the Moto X? Is this the phone that you are getting? Because in my case, I think I might take the plunge for the Moto X this time, especially if they eventually figure out expandable storage. No, not going to happen. But then again, leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you think. I actually would consider a Moto X now. Friends, yes, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video was filmed, you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.